What's up, Internet? How you guys doing today? My name is Josh, welcome to Little Legal Gaming, and today we're playing around here on Titanshields Hard Times PvP with new wrecks we just got from Scorched Earth. So this is day 2 for me playing, and been doing some transfers back and forth with some of our crew over on Scorched Earth, and initially I was going to get a wyvern from those guys, but that fell through. Somebody else wound up grabbing it, which is fine. But I got this Rex, and she's pretty strong, and I'm just running around leveling her up. So we're going to do that, and then if anything else more exciting than this pops up, I'll bring you back. Welcome back, everyone. We're on day 3, and I'm going to show you a quick clip of how we got here, and then I'm going to link up with our Scorched Earth crew, and they're going to show me their method for getting wyvern eggs since the flyer nerf. All right, so we're here with, let's see, Moody and which one are you? Telzy? Yeah,
Yep.
I see your name. All right, so when you guys first got to Scorched Earth, what mounts were you using to get the eggs?
Pteranodon.
Okay, so you guys ported over a Pteranodon from the island cluster?
Yeah.
Okay. And how far ahead of the wyverns are you guys able to actually stay?
Decently far. It's just the stem that's a problem.
Okay. So, obviously you guys built this little kill box before you went and did all of that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's no way that you can really... I mean, you can, it's just really kind of difficult with the stem situation with the Pteranodons.
Okay. So I recently saw a video where this guy was using a thylacoleo to jump in, grab eggs, and then climb out. Would you say that that would be a more efficient method since the thylacoleo you can increase its speed?
No. I definitely think like the building fobs around the basis of the scar and then using the turrets to kill the wyverns as you fly into the fob is definitely effective for Pteranodons. And for wyverns, and it's a good hide farm as well.
Well, I meant like let's say somebody didn't have they weren't on a cluster, so they can't access the island, right? So they're on Scorched Earth. Would you say a thylacoleo and a fob would be a more effective route than say a tapejara?
Personally, I've never done the Thylo method, but I wouldn't doubt it. I've seen people do it.
Okay. So the bottom line is, where there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for News 9 at 10. Okay. So then the other half of this is obviously you guys are getting hide with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And the chainsaw gives significantly more hide than anything else.
Yeah.
From what we've seen so far.
Okay. Cool.
Poison wyvern just shot me,
Oof.
like after it died.
Any more incoming?
No, I just killed a whole bunch.
That's ugly. Did you guys ever get the alpha out of there?
No, I have to go check it on. Oceano's hurt right now, so I have to heal it.
Okay.
Oh, is that a...
So, do you kite the alphas into the turret fobs, or do you try to take them on yourself?
I have a level 222, so I just took it on myself.
Okay, okay.
You could, but it's kind of a waste of ammo.
Okay.
Me and Telzy can like double team it if anything.
Alright. Cool.
If you got a Pteranodon, you'd probably just leave and don't look at it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Because you guys were saying that flying on a Pteranodon, you like barely stay ahead of the wyverns, right? Like the movement speed is pretty much even.
It's not even, but it's definitely, if you run out of stam, you're basically gone.
Okay.
But you can get away, it just takes a little bit longer.
Okay. And then obviously the alpha wyvern would catch you.
I haven't tested that. If I see an alpha, I just do not go near it.
I probably wouldn't test it either.
Pteranodons are too kind of sacred on SC to really just throw them away like that.
Right. It's funny. This is obviously my first experience on PvP. This is like day 3 for me on these servers. So it's interesting because a lot of the PvE players that I always played with, like, they loved Argentavis, and as soon as they had the chance to upgrade from the Pteranodon to an Argentavis, like, that's what they were doing. So, but it seems like the Pteranodon is much more essential to the PvP element.
I mean, like the RG is kind of, I guess, the lowest when it comes to like the flyers, because at least the Tabajara is kind of decently fast, and you know it can be a good weight and stand bird, but the RG is so slow.
So before the nerf, were RGs the preferred mount?
I mean, yeah, because you could level them to 200 speed and just, you know, run away from the wyverns without any problem, like, especially because they have the decent stand, but without their speed, they're useless in this kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, originally when I tested out this fob method, I used an RG, but it died just because I couldn't get away.
Yeah, the video that I was watching, and unfortunately I don't remember who it was that did the video, otherwise I'd reference it. But the video I was watching, the guy went through an RG and a Tapejara and a Pteranodon, and then eventually he landed on the Thylacoleo, and he preferred the Thylacoleo with the fob set up, just because he could run in through the gate like that and let the turrets take out the wyverns and stuff.
I mean, with the S Plus gates, you can just set it on auto close.
Right.
Or just like auto open and close, so it's no problem, but I'm assuming if it's just a straight vanilla or official, that the Thyla would be a lot better for that type of stuff.
Right.
Or even if they wanted to like hop in like a hatch frame through the ceiling, or I don't know if official has those big hatch frames, it might just be S Plus.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna double check my engrams actually. Not that.
I don't ever remember seeing large hatch frames on official.
It's been a long time since I've played on official, but yeah, giant Adobe hatch frame. It doesn't say S plus. There's S plus large behemoth sloped, but there's just a regular vanilla Adobe hatch frame, a stone hatch frame, that stuff. So those are probably a newer edition.
Wait, who's bringing all the fire? It's you. Okay. We have like 30,000 hides so far, which isn't bad.
Jesus. And earlier you had a run with over 100k?
Yep.
Jeez.
And you know, those Ascendant Rex saddles for the boss fights aren't cheap.
This server's only five times harvest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was Nerd Parade, we'd be done already.
Oh. Well, on that note, we're going to make a transition. Welcome back. It is day 6 or so for the server being up. Day 6? I think it's day 6. Maybe it's day 7. The rest of the tribe is off doing stuff. I'm just going to run the Scar, and we'll talk about a few things while I run the Scar. So, I've learned a lot about PvP in this last week. Namely, I've learned what I already knew about not being very good at shooting in PvP, which, if you saw any of my Overwatch series, you probably know that already. That is a lot of wyverns. Wyverns? I don't know. It's one of those two, right? So, but I've also learned that I'm a pretty decent scout in PvP. I've had a few people try to pick me this week, and they've been unsuccessful. I've been able to track a couple of people. We were tracking one guy that stole a few blueprints from us, and I was using my Thylacoleo, and I was able to keep up with him for the most part. He had a ridiculous amount of movement speed, so that was interesting trying to keep up with him. I think this next week, hopefully before my surgery, I'm going to attempt a small raid. I found a really cool looking base over in the middle over there, and I don't want to broadcast that because this is going up on Monday, and I won't be back and ready to attempt something like that until Tuesday night. So just in case you're watching, I don't want you knowing that I'm checking out your base. So it looks pretty nice. During my Scorched Earth series, it's actually a spot that I didn't even know existed. So level 50. Well, we'll get some cannon fodder for the turrets, I guess. Clear out some of these guys from the scar. Let's go ahead and eat this crappy egg. We are fortunate enough to be at a point where we're pretty specific about the eggs that we're getting now. So we're looking for basically anything over, I think, 150. At least 100 for sure. I'm saving anything and everything from the 100, triple digits, any of that stuff. I've got another tail, by the way. That's why I'm pulling up. It's right there. Look at those guys. So we're going to take them up to Fob 2 over here and get them killed, and then come back into this this southern thirds part of the scar. If you guys are watching this series hoping for a bit more PvP stuff, base rating, any of that stuff, look forward to the next episode next Monday. Oh no, are we out of turrets? Oh, they were just focusing the poison wyvern. I appreciate that, turrets. Poison wyverns are pretty much the bane of my existence. I do not like poison wyverns. I'm garbage with them, and they typically kill me off of my mounts. So funny story, earlier this week, during a point when I was unable to record, I was running the Scar with Jormungandr here, and wound up getting killed while trying to get an egg. It was the egg that's right over in this area that winds up getting stuck underneath of the nest. I'm sure you guys, if you guys have played Scorched Earth, I'm sure you're familiar with that one. But I got stuck underneath of the nest after sniping the egg. Oh, please be a high-level fire wyvern. Oh, in a minute. Oh, it would be nice if I could find this 190 lightning as an egg. I would probably, I'd be pretty happy with that. We're going to see if we can't kill this guy. Since it's just the one, we're going to see if we can kill him. Come on, get dead. There you go. Please be a high-level fire egg. I can't tell. Are you worth? 70, not worth. Yeah, not too worried about the fire guys. That's one of the reasons why I don't like poison wyverns, is they don't protect you from the poison breath like fire and lightning typically protect you from their wild counterparts. Anyway, so I got stuck under that nest. I died. My jerboa died. It had a really cool name. It was like Kick-Ass or Throat Shredder or something like that. So I've got Jingle Hopper, the jerboa, now. That's my buddy. We had one of our island guys pop over last week, and he grabbed Moody's jerboa and took it back to the island for a raid, and it wound up dying within 5 or 10 minutes of being on the island. So she was a little sad. It was kind of funny, but it was sad. A few things that I've learned about PvP. These guys have to be on their game. I'm gonna link up with Asphyxiate. He's like the tribe's builder, and he has a method for 4 stacked walls as well as a honeycomb method that I'm going to try and learn. If I can bring him in on a video and we can build something maybe on like single player or local hosted single player, something like that. And I think that'd be really cool. I really think it'd be really good for him because he is a PvP player. I think it'd be really good for him, for his channel, if you're watching, if he started really. Okay, guys. Well, I'll get that egg in a second. I think it'd be really good for him and his channel if he started doing PvP builds. You guys coming? Well, come on then. And I think that would really help him grow some of his viewer base and get a few more views. And I think he's got a lot of intelligence as it is where building is concerned. So it'd be really cool to see him share some of that knowledge. As far as our build over on the island, if you guys didn't see Titanshield's video last week, you should check that out. We do have, he did a video with Asphyxiate, and Asphyxiate shows the 4 stacked walls, as well as some of the honeycomb method that allowed him to make the roof basically impervious. It's not impossible to raid, and I don't think anything in this game is impossible to do, but I think it's one of those builds that once you guys see the video, it's gonna be like, I don't even want to try that. Level 25 garbage. So we're just gonna continue running the Scar here. I think we're gonna go ahead and close out this episode. I know there hasn't been, ooh, that is some nice colors. That reminds me of the twin wyverns that I got back on my Scorched Earth series. I think this is going to be it for this episode. I'm sorry that there hasn't been more raiding in PvP. So my mantra here in PvP in these guys' tribe and everything is basically get in where you fit in. And while I was on the island, I noticed that we had a very large tribe over there, and they were building in metal on day 1, and it just seemed like I was, in a sense of the word, a little useless to them. And I want to, be useful in some way. So I saw a need here in Scorched Earth for, some farming and some scouting and that kind of stuff. And I was like, hey, I know how to farm. Everybody knows how to farm. It's menial labor, but it gets work done. And scouting is also fairly fun. I think that's the end of the Scar. Scouting can be fun too, because, if you're quick enough and small enough, you can go unnoticed. So funny story about scouting, I named the Thylacoleo Cheddar, and I was over by someone's base who's now our ally, but at the time they were not. And it was funny hearing them pop into the world chat and basically say, hey, there's a flying Thylacoleo named Cheddar over here. Generally, I go either unseen, or when people see me, I'm quick enough to get the heck out of Dodge. So anyway, this has gone on long enough. I'm going to continue some of this farming stuff. Hopefully next week we'll have some actual PvP. I'm going to continue to scout the base I was just talking about earlier as well, and see if I can't get a decent read on whether or not it would be worth raiding. And when I say raiding, I'm not talking about wiping the entire base. It's not made of metal. It's a bit of a PvE base, so there's like some adobe and some stone in there, and it seems like the guy's trying to build more for looks than anything else. So I don't want to destroy his base, but I might blow down a door and see what kind of loot he's got in there. Anyway, with that, guys, thank you so very much for watching this week, and I will see you next week. Hey, before you take off, I just want to say one more time, thank you for watching the video, and if you did like it, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and also, be sure to check me out over on social media, and I'll see you guys next time.